Good evening, everyone, from Larry Knight Field in Sumrall. It's time for area high school baseball action, District 7-4A, as the Sumrall Bobcats host the Lawrence County Cougars. I'm Kelly Sander, along with producer, director, engineer Seth White, on a perfect night for baseball, a night in which the Bobcats can do their own dirty work and secure the championship and the #1 seed in District 7-4A with a win tonight. So Coach Larry Knight hands the baseball to Hunter Barrett, his senior right-hander, who comes in with a record of 5 wins and no losses and a 1.12 earned run average. He has pitched 31 1/3 innings. He has given up just 19 hits. He's walked 8 and struck out 33. The Cougars come in here 10-7-1 overall, 3-5 in Region 7-4A action. Sumrall 20-3 overall, 7-1 in district play. And again, the only team that can catch them is Poplarville. Poplarville playing Purvis tonight. And Purvis has got some work to do to stay alive in the playoffs. So the starting lineup for the Cougars, Peyton Little leads it off and plays center. He'll be followed by the right fielder, Peyton Bayless. Marquez Hudson, the shortstop, bats third. He'll be followed by the third baseman, Tay Cole. Cole is the cleanup hitter for Coach Andrew Haygood. Then comes Hunter Daly, the pitcher. He bats fifth. Batting sixth is the catcher, Evan Lambert. Batting seventh is the first baseman, John Clyde Reddy. Hayden Mullins bats eighth and plays left. And Ty Nelson, the second baseman, bats ninth for the Cougars. So for Lawrence County, it's Little, Bayless, Hudson, Cole, Daly, Lambert, Reddy, Mullins, and Nelson. We'll be keeping you up to date on other games from around the area. Also the Southern Miss Ole Miss game. William Carey playing the #4 team in the country in NAIA polls over at Georgia Gwinnett. Actually, Carey leading that game 1-0 in the second inning. And we are underway here in Sumrall. Fastball on the corner as Peyton Little takes strike one from Hunter Barrett. Sunfield is to the right side right now. Swung on. Here's a chopper to short. Tanner Morgan handles it, sets his feet across the diamond, and very quickly 1 up and 1 down.
Right fielder, Peyton Bayless.
Wind is blowing out toward right field, so good news for left-handed hitters, because that's the short porch here at Knight Field. 305 down the right field line, 325 down the left field line. In on the edge of the grass is Sully Clark at third, as Barrett's first pitch is high and inside to Peyton Bayless. The Bobcat defense left to right. Sully Clark at third. Tanner Morgan at short. Zane Berry at second. Mason Story at first. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled right over our heads. Left to right in the outfield, Javen Williams back in the starting lineup tonight for the Raw Cats. Dennis Jackson in center and Billy Garrity in right. Sumrall in my particular favorite combinations. White from top to bottom, very classy looking uniform. Swing and a miss there by Bayless. Barrett sporting almost a 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which anytime you can be 3-to-1, you're doing pretty good. He's almost 5-to-1. 1-2 pitch, swung on and fouled, and that got away. So he'll stay alive with a 1-2 count. The lights have come on here at Larry Knight Field. Not a cloud in the foreseeable sky, just a couple cirrus over to the right of us, but beautiful night for baseball here in Lamar County. The 1-2 pitch swung on. This is slapped to second. To Hopper, to Barry. He handles it, throws to first, and quickly there are 2 away. You saw a lot of this on Saturday when Sumrall defeated Oak Grove 10-0. A lot of ground ball outs. Halen Sanford chunking that sinker in there, a very heavy pitch that the Grovers were driving into the turf, and that's what's happened so far here tonight. As Marquez Hudson swings. This is a high fly ball to center field. Should be easily caught by Dennis Jackson. It is. He's there to make the grab in center field. And that'll do it very quickly for Lawrence County in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Here in Sumrall tonight, no score. Let's take a look at the Bobcat batting order. Dennis Jackson leading off and playing center field. He'll be followed by Zane Berry. Graham Crawford batting third. Billy Garrity in the cleanup spot. Hunter Barrett batting fifth tonight. Javen Williams in the 6-hole. Mason Story batting seventh. Tanner Morgan hitting eighth, and Sully Clark playing defense and hitting tonight. He'll hit in the 9 spot. They will face Hunter Daly, the right-hander for Lawrence County out of Monticello, Mississippi, which is where Bobcat fans will make the trip Friday night when Sumrall returns this favor on Friday, going over to Monticello. And again, tonight, Sumrall wins this game. The Bobcats will lock down the number 1 seed and be the District 7-4A champions. Purvis was the champion last year, but Sumrall has sailed through the lineup of competitors so far. And this one tonight would put Poplarville too far away. The Hornets are the only team that could possibly catch Sumrall, but they have to win it outright because the Bobcats swept the Hornets. In fact, the only 2 district losses Poplarville has were put on them by Sumrall. But if the Bobcats take care of their own business tonight, then it won't matter. And it means a lot knowing you'd be a number 1 seed for Larry Knight and his staff to be able to make decisions going forward as to who you play in these last couple of games of the year. Actually, 3 games to be precise. You've got the Cougars again Friday night in Monticello. Then, weather permitting, the Cats are scheduled to play the Petal Panthers over at Petal, but a 90% chance of rain in the forecast right now for Saturday. And then Monday night, I believe, the Gulfport Admirals, coached by Jamie McMahon, scheduled to come here to Sumrall. So Dennis Jackson digs in against Hunter Daly. Here in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Jackson hitting .309 with no homers and 10 runs batted in. Puts a bunt down right out in front of the plate. Will anybody beat him to first? No way. Dennis Jackson with an infield hit.
Second baseman, Hayden Barrett.
Communication between the catcher, Evan Lambert, the pitcher, Hunter Daly, and the third baseman, Tay Cole, had to be precise as to who was going to field that ball. And actually, Daly, the pitcher, fielded it. He was the one that had to make the decision as to whether to even throw to first base. And you might ask yourself, well, why didn't he? You hurry the throw and make a bad one, then Dennis is at second. Here's another bunt. This one by Barry. He goes to first with it. So the out is recorded there.
Catcher, Graham Crawford.
Dennis advances to second base. So there's one away. And here's Graham Crawford now. And we've talked extensively Saturday in the game against Oak Grove how Crawford has been blistering the baseball. .359 with 5 homers, 29 runs batted in. Christy Martin has checked in, as she usually does, from her home in Louisiana, watching the Bobcats tonight. First pitch is outside, gets away from Crawford, so Jackson will scoot down to third. Dennis Jackson at third, nobody out here in the bottom of the first. See who else has checked in here on the Sumrall roll call. Jeremy's mom, Karen, is checking in. Hate she can't be there, but gives an encouraging word to the Bobcats there. Karen, wish you were here as well, because it is a pretty night. 1-0 pitch off the plate, 2-0 now. You can join us as well, 601-310-7077. Keep that number on file. You can always reach us here in the broadcast booth with that text message number. There's a pitch that's high to Crawford, 3-0 now. With Billy Garrity on deck, you got Crawford hitting left-handed against the right-handed throwing Daly. 3-0 pitch. And that pitch is high, ball 4. So Crawford issued a 4-pitch walk. Runners on the corners, and here comes big time. Garrity hitting .404 with 11 homers.
Courtesy runner at first base is number 9, Hayden Barrett.
That's right, 11 homers, 34 runs batted in. And he's got a couple of ducks on the pond here in the bottom of the first as Hayden Barrett running over at first base for the catcher Crawford. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. We talked about how Crawford's been seeing the ball well. Garrity really has as well. Billy working that average up from the high 200s to over 400 now. Called strike 2 at the plate, so Garrity rather behind it. The count now 0-2. Runners at the corners with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning, scheduled for 7. The 0-2 pitch. That bounces in there. Gets away from the catcher, Lambert. Holding at third will be Jackson. But Hayden Barrett hustles down to second base. So he's not forced anywhere at second base. He will follow the lead of Dennis Jackson. Should Jackson advance, then Barrett would also advance. But the only force out here is at first. 1-2 the count to Billy Garrity. That's high and away, 2-2. You might think now the pitching strategy with first base open changes a little bit with Garrity at the plate. Obvious home run power, and even the wind blowing a little bit out toward right. 2-2 pitch. Ooh, that just missed. High, 3-2. Hunter Barrett on deck. Barrett a chance to help his own cause here and try to raise that record to 6-0 if he can get the win tonight. Payoff pitch to Garrity. High and away, ball 4, so another walk.
Pitcher, Hunter Barrett.
And again, that might have been the intentional variety, but facing Hunter Barrett is no bargain. Barrett, no homers, 19 runs batted in, and sporting a .339 batting average. And anytime you're a pitcher and can help your own cause by getting to bat, he and Larry Knight having some words midway up the third baseline. And I saw the hand signals that Coach Knight was giving, maybe having him move up in the box just a little bit toward the pitcher where he could see some better pitches. So now, any type of ground ball, the runners have to move. 1 out in the inning. First pitch is a strike at the belt buckle. Barrett knew it, but couldn't pull the trigger. Javen Williams on deck, should he be needed here. Bases full of Bobcats with 1 out in the first. Swung on, and this one is fouled out of play to the right side. So Barrett now in an 0-2 hole. If the Bobcats lock down the #1 seed tonight, right now they would be facing past Christian. The Pirates would be the #4 seed on the coast, but the Pirates have an overall losing record. 0-2 pitch. High, 1-2. And this is familiar territory for Hunter Daly, who has had a couple of Bobcats on the ropes with 2 strike counts and couldn't finish them off. So here's the 1-2 pitch. High again. 2-2. So he's going to have a day of reckoning here with Hunter Barrett because there's no place to put him. Jackson is at third. Hayden Barrett is at second. Garrett is at first with 1 out. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled into the screen. So Hayden Barrett staying alive. Friday night back at Lawrence County, then Saturday morning an installment of Cat Chat, where Hunter Barrett is actually scheduled to join us along with Tanner Morgan on our YouTube channel. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, here's a drive to center field, right at the center field. A caught will be made there in the sun. Dennis Jackson will tag and score. Barrett will advance to third, but Garrity will hold, and like that, the Bobcats take a 1-0 lead.
Left fielder, Hayden Williams.
So a sac fly and an RBI for Hunter Barrett, and here's Williams now with runners at the corners. Nice play by center fielder Peyton Little because he's looking right into the teeth of the sun as the sun sets right behind the press box here at Larry Knight Field. Now the Cats don't have to worry about a double play ball. Javen Williams can dig in and swing for the fence if he wants to. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Pitch that was on the outer part of the plate, tried to pull that ball. The right fielder, Peyton Bayless, is shaded toward the line. So they're giving Javen some room in right center. The 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. Should Javen reach, then Mason Story would come to bat. Sumrall been scoring runs in bunches. But the last 4 games, they've only given up a total of like 3 or 4 runs, something like that. 1-1 pitch. High. Throw down to second base. Garrity is out. Went for the straight steal and a good throw by catcher Evan Lambert. Erases Garrity. So Javen Williams will come back to bat with a fresh count when Sumrall bats in the second inning. So we've completed one here in Sumrall. Bobcats leading the Cougars 1-0. Richard Thompson is watching from Lexington, South Carolina. We'd love to hear from you as well. 601-310-7077. Glad to have Richard with us as we head to the second inning.
Next Monday night versus Gulfport at 6 o'clock.
Tay Cole, Hunter Daly, and Evan Lambert, the scheduled hitters for Lawrence County out of Monticello. Monticello, an easy drive. Just take the 42 highway toward Bassfield. You're going to hit the 84 in Prentice, and then head over toward Brookhaven just a piece. I don't know, about a 40-minute drive, maybe 35 minutes. Not a bad drive at all. And that's who Sumrall will play on Friday night. Our sponsors include State Farm. Stacy Clark is one of your agents along with Lance Ware. State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And find out how you can save premium dollars by bundling your car and homeowners. Family Practice After Hours Clinic off of Highway 98 near Merritt Health. Magnolia State Bank and Sonic Restaurants. Glad to have all those sponsors with us and putting their money where their mouth is. So we go to the top of the second inning now. Tay Cole, the third baseman. Tay spelled T-A-E. To face Barrett. First pitch is tight. 1-0. Sully Clark at third. Playing defensively and hitting in the 9-hole tonight for Sumrall. 1-0 pitch is inside. Nearly hit him. So the 2-0 pitch coming here. Check swing. No appeal on the half swing. It was high, 3-0 to Tay Cole, Lawrence County first baseman. That one is right down the middle. So 3-1. Ann Williamson is checking in from Petal from the 601 area code. The Panthers of Petal are scheduled to play Sumrall this Saturday over at Petal. 3-1 pitch. That's there for a 3-2 count now. Weather permitting, and man, have we had to say that a lot this year. With capital letters and underline it 3 times. 90% chance of rain Saturday in the forecast now. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes.
Pitcher, Hunter Daly.
Well, how tough is Hunter Barrett? Got behind in the count 3-0. And rather than acquiesce to Cole, he brought it and struck him out. 3 straight strikes after 3 straight pitches out of the zone. Here's Hunter Daly now. The pitcher, off-speed pitch. Missed for ball 1. Mason Hudson has checked in. Also from the 601 area code. Glad to have Mason along. He's a regular viewer of the webcast. Swung on. Slow roller to second base. Barry will have to quickly move to his left and flips to first in time for the out.
Catcher, Evan Lambert.
That's where the quickness and speed of Zane Barry, and there's a difference between quickness and speed, but he's got them both. That could be problematic for somebody not quite as fleet of foot. So here's Evan Lambert now, the catcher, with 2 outs in the inning and bases empty. First pitch to him is off speed. There's a shot toward third. Sully Clark with a great play going to the line. He snagged that ball and throws him out. What a play by Sully Clark to end the inning.
1.5. Lawrence County 0.
That's why they call it the hot corner, because that ball was blistered and Clark threw that glove across his body and snagged it and made the play. No runs, no hits, no errors for Lawrence County as we go to the second inning. Sumrall leading 1-0. Other sponsors include our friends like Lewis Norman, All Pro Realty. You drive around Sumrall and even suburban Sumrall, out in some of the other areas, you'll see Lewis Norman All Pro Realty signs. He knows everything there is to know about the real estate market in this area. Diversified Forestry and the orthodontic team of Granbury and Henderson. Anytime you play Sumrall, you better brace yourself. Or you can leave it to Granbury and Henderson. ComSouth, also a sponsor of our webcasts this year. ComSouth offers a full portfolio of two-way communications, 911 call taking, radio dispatch consoles, and safety solutions including GPS tracking. 4 locations to serve you: Hattiesburg, Laurel, Macomb, and Meridian. Our friends at ComSouth. Lisa and Steve Clark are watching Sully Clark and cheering on the Cats from Tishomingo, Oklahoma. How would you like to fill in the ovals on your ACT test with that one? Tishomingo, Oklahoma. And Judy Thompson checking in from the 601, watching on our YouTube channel. 601-310-7077. Let us know where you're watching from or listening from, and who your favorite cat is, and we'll make sure we let everybody else know about that. Hunter Daly finishing his warm-up tosses, and remember, Javen Williams
left fielder Javen Williams
was up to bat when Billy Garrity got thrown out at second base, so Javen will go up here in the second inning with a fresh count of no balls and no strikes. Can't get over what a beautiful night it is. Why would, if you could help it, I don't know why you'd even want to be inside on a night like tonight. So here's Javen hitting 262. First pitch to him is right down the middle for a called strike. I think he's a little bit disgusted with himself. He'd like to have that one back over again, as Daly put that one right down the heart of the plate. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That one looked like it might have been up just a hair. But Javen being aggressive at the plate, hitting 6th in the order tonight for Larry Knight. He'll be followed by Mason Story, then Tanner Morgan. The 0-2 pitch. Outside. So 1-2. To the leadoff hitter for Sumrall here in the second. Swing and a miss. Javen Williams down on strikes to lead off the inning. First strikeout of the night for Hunter Daly, and that'll bring up Story. Story hitting 288 with a homer and 13 runs batted in. First pitch is a breaking ball at the knees for a called strike. Mason, big tall first baseman, was a guest of ours on Cat Chat this past Saturday. There's a swing and a miss. Sumrall batting in the bottom of the second, 1 out, nobody on. Looking to win their 21st game of the year. Swing and a miss. Mason Story down on strikes.
Shortstop Tanner Morgan.
So there's 2 away, and here's Morgan now. Morgan hitting 175 with a homer and 9 runs batted in. Hunter Daly pitching inspired here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch is a strike on the corner. Sunfield is still center, and Peyton Little's going to have to deal with that for probably about another 10 minutes or so. Tried a bender that missed inside, 1-1. Boy, Daly works quickly. He gets the sign from catcher Evan Lambert, and he gets to work. That glove right up at eye level, the 1-1 pitch. Morgan shows bunt and then pulls back on a pitch that was off the plate. That will arouse the interest of third baseman Tay Cole. On a 2-1 count, Shadows working their way out toward right field. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was outside. 2-2 now. Should Tanner Morgan reach, then Sully Clark, who just made a dazzling play defensively, will get to bat for the first time tonight. The 2-2 pitch. That hit him in the shoulder.
Third baseman Sully Clark.
And boy, as a pitcher, that just drives you nuts. You got a guy with a 2-strike count, trying to bust him inside and just got a little bit too far inside and plunked him right on the shoulder. So here's Sully now. Sully hitting .385 with no homers and 3 runs batted in. But what a versatile player Sully Clark is. Also a member of the football team who shows his quickness and speed there. An infielder who's played just about every infield position except first. Probably could play the outfield. Just due to his athleticism. That pitch is high and inside, ball 1. And Sully's the kind of guy that'll play where you tell him to play, and he'll do what he can to help the team. That's off the plate, 2-0 now, with Dennis Jackson waiting his turn. Dennis Jackson with an infield single via the bunt for a hit is the only hit that Sumrall has mustered so far. There's a strike. 2-1 now to Sully Clark, who might now get busy. Now the sun beginning to give up, and Peyton Little in center field a little bit better now. Swing and a miss. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Sully Clark. The pitch. Foul ball, tried to jam him inside, and he put it off the fist and into the screen. So the count stays 2-2 with Tanner Morgan at first. 2 away here for Sumrall in the bottom of the second here at Larry Knight Field. Rollcats leading Lawrence County 1-0. The 2-2 pitch again. Off the plate. And boy, the catcher Evan Lambert started to walk toward the dugout. He thought it was there. And it could have gone either way. I've seen umpires call that a strike. I've seen other umpires say it's out. And coaches won't complain as long as it's that way all night long. The 3-2 pitch, runner going, fouled into the screen. As a runner would naturally go on 3-2 with 2 out. Tanner kicked it into gear as soon as Hunter Daly commits to the plate. When we say commits to the plate, when the pitcher goes so far in his windup where his only legal move is to go to the plate, that's when the runner is usually coached to take off. So again, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Morgan on the move. The pitch swung on, popped it up right here to the infield. Who's calling it? It'll be Cole at third, making the catch. Tay Cole gloves it for the out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left for Sumrall, so we've completed 2 here in Sumrall. And the Bobcats lead the Cougars in this cat fight 1-0. La Torre's Fine Foods is the sponsor of our Sumrall Bobcat webcast this year. Steak, seafood, chicken, salad, sandwiches, po' boys, you name it. They've got it all, and you can't be around as long as La Torre's has been without doing something right. And also giving back to the community like La Torre's has done for so many years. If you're headed to the ballpark, instead of turning one direction, go the other direction, and you'll find La Torre's restaurant. And Warren & Warren Asphalt is proud to support high school baseball. Larry Warren, the owner, says no job is too big or too small, although they don't do highway work. He'll answer his own phone at 270-4637, 270-4637. Quality asphalt work, Warren and Warren. As we check our Sumrall roll call, Buster and Patricia Wolf are watching from Oak Grove. They want to salute the Bobcat coaches for a great job this year. Well, hopefully there's a lot more baseball left to be played. 3 games during the regular season that are scheduled. We say scheduled because, again, the weather is looking pretty ominous for Saturday versus Petal. But game Friday at Lawrence County. John Clyde ready. 7, 8, and 9, the hitters that will face Hunter Barrett here in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch is a fastball on the outside corner to John Clyde ready, the left-handed hitting first baseman for Coach Andrew Haygood. The 0-1 pitch swung on, got a piece of it, but was way late on that cut. And he nubbed it foul off to the left side. So advantage Barrett here with an 0-2 count, with Hayden Mullins, the left fielder, on deck. Cougars batting in the top of the third, trailing Sumrall 1-0. That's inside. 1-2. Then Ty Nelson, the second baseman, hitting in the 9-hole. He'll bat third in this inning. A lot of ground balls. There's strike 3. Hunter Barrett got him. So that is the third, check that, second strikeout of the game for Barrett, to go along with 4 ground balls and a fly ball. And here's Hayden Mullins, the left fielder. First pitch swinging, popped it up. Barrett calling for it himself. Now Story comes in for a moment, but Barrett will make the play. And again, normally coaches want the infielders to make that play, but Barrett by trade is an infielder. So he felt very comfortable in catching that pop-up himself. Story said, go ahead and take it. So 2 up and 2 down, and here's Ty Nelson. Bases empty, 2 outs for Lawrence County here in the third. First pitch is high and away, ball 1. The Cougars in their all-black uniform, trimmed in maroon and white. That pitch is high. 2-0 now. Sully Clark on the edge of the grass, although it's turf, at third base. And the rest of the outfield has pulled way in. There's a strike. 2-1 now to the number 9 hitter, Ty Nelson. Southern Miss leading Ole Miss in the middle of the fourth, 2-1. Southern Miss 2, Ole Miss 1 in the fourth. There's a swing and a miss by Nelson, evening up the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sumrall will go back to the top of the order in their half of the third. 2-2 pitch, swung on. This one's popped right over our head. Barrett has been working quickly tonight. Dennis Jackson really shallow in center field. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball on the corner, strike 3. And Greg Crawford headed to the dugout before the umpire even went up with the right hand. So a third strikeout for Barrett on no runs and no hits. Well, the cat's not making me use a lot of ink in my pen tonight. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, it'll be Jackson, Berry, and Crawford. Movie Star Restaurant is the sponsor of tonight's ball game here at Larry Knight Field, and of course they're the go-to place if you want a killer buffet, one of the best buffets in the state of Mississippi, and voted year in and year out the best fried chicken anywhere. They've got the lunch buffet and the dinner buffet. They also cater, and pretty soon you'll be able to use your Waiter app on your phone and get Movie Star Restaurant food brought right to your house. Movie Star Restaurant on Old Highway 11 right across from Temple Baptist. And Elite Physical Therapy, offering outpatient physical therapy, pre- and post-operative rehab, pediatric therapy, even weight management. They'll see to it that you're seen within 24 hours of a referral. 3 convenient locations in the Pine Belt, Hattiesburg, Petal, and Wiggins. Elite Physical Therapy. Their only mission is to serve their patients. So we thank our friends at Elite Physical Therapy. Logan Powell is checking in. Says, go Rawcats. That apostrophe and then the R-A-L-L for Sumrall Cats. So Logan, who patrolled the outfield here for Sumrall last year, is watching tonight. And here's Dennis Jackson, who has the only hit of the game tonight for Sumrall. It was an infield hit, bunt for a hit to lead off the ball game. Sumrall batting in the bottom of the third, leading 1-0. Jackson came into the game hitting .309 with no homers and 10 runs batted in. Dennis Jackson swung on first pitch, and that's drilled into left field for a base hit. Jackson is aboard with a first pitch single. Tay Cole, the third baseman, had come in about 2 steps on the grass, anticipating that Jackson might try to put the bunt down again. And that was a solidly hit ball between short and third for a base hit. And here's Zane Berry now. He put down a sacrifice bunt his last time. Looks like he's swinging away here, but takes a fastball strike at the knees. Facing pitcher Hunter Daly. Daly spelled D-A-L-E-Y. They play him straight away. Peyton Little pretty deep in center field. Barry with the 1 home run and 12 ribbies. But that torrid .426 batting average. There's a pitch that's low. There won't even be a throw as Dennis Jackson streaks down to second base. Evan Lambert tried to come up throwing, but the second he couldn't dig that ball out of his glove. He didn't want to chance the errant throw and give Jackson third. So defensive indifference on the play at second and the 1-1 pitch. Barry tried to bunt it and missed it there. So he's behind now in the count 1-2. Graham Crawford on deck. Here in the bottom of the third inning. The 1-2 pitch from Daly to Barry. Too high, 2-2. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ledger, Hunter Barrett has faced the minimum. Sumrall looking to secure the number 1 seed and win the district championship outright here tonight. Time is called at the plate now, as Daly, who had been working quickly, now being a little bit more deliberate. Larry Knight down at third base, Steve Cooley at first. The coaches for Sumrall, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, there's a little loop around into left field. That ball is down, that's a base hit. Jackson rounding third. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is off the mark. There will be no throw to second base. An RBI single for Barry. The Bobcats lead it 2-0. Even a good throw probably would not have gotten Dennis Jackson. All that throw did was allow Barry to get down to second base. So here's Graham Crawford now, who walked his first time up. First pitch swinging. This is a high fly. Shallow right field. Making the catch in right field is Peyton Bayless, and he'll quickly get the ball back in to keep Barry at second. Man, that was a rainmaker. First pitch swinging. So here's Billy Garrity now. Big time walked his first time up and was caught stealing. Barry at second with 1 out. Doesn't have to go anywhere. The pull hitter here, Garrity, anything hit to the right side, Barry will be moving. And the left side, it's at your own risk. Righty versus lefty, the matchup. Garrity bounces the bat off his shoulder and takes a strike on the corner. Hunter Daly has pitched well here for the Cougars. And the Bobcats have earned the 2 runs they've gotten. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and into the screen. So Garrity behind in the count now, 0-2, with Hunter Barrett on deck, who has a sacrifice fly RBI tonight. Garrity hitting .404 with 11 dingers and 34 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch. Took something off of it, tried to nibble, and missed the outside corner. Boy, it seems like just yesterday we were starting the season, doesn't it? Of course, the playoffs can, and you hope that the playoffs will go on for a long, long time. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Took something off of it. Lambert tried to frame that one. It was called just outside. 2-2 to Billy G., the right fielder tonight for Sumrall. Check swing. Appealed, said that Garrity did not go on a pitch that was high and inside, so the count is full now at 3-2. Sumrall doesn't want anybody else to do work for them. The Bobcats win this one tonight. Again, they win the district championship. The other way that could happen, runner was going, and that's low, ball 4. So Garrity coaxes a walk, his second one of the game, while Barry raced down to third base. Nobody paying any attention to him, and away he went. The only other way that Sumrall could win the district, if they didn't win tonight, and again, Sumrall wants to do its own dirty work, but if Purvis were to beat Poplarville tonight, then Sumrall would win the district anyway. But they want to win this one tonight and earn it on their own. 2-0 pitch. Here's a drive to left field. That ball is well hit. That ball is way back. That's off the top of the wall. This will score at least one. Will they wave Garrity home? He will be held at third. It is a double off the wall for Hunter Barrett, and Sumrall leads now 3-0.
Left fielder, Hayden Williams.
Boy, that had home run written all over it, but just plunged at the last second and maybe hit 6 inches below the top boards in the left field fence. Great effort by Hayden Mullins out there and left by Lawrence County to try to track that ball, but it would have been a miraculous catch. But the runners couldn't get as big a jump as you'd normally like to get because there's only one out. And had the catch been made, they would have had to go obviously back to their bases and tag up. But once it got over his head, then the runners got kind of a late jump. Otherwise, Garrity would have certainly scored. Daisy Mae Gaylord on the Hammond organ in the background. So Garrity's at third. Barrett is at second. He's credited with another RBI. His second one of the night. And Javen Williams comes up to bat after striking out swinging his first time up. Hunter Daly will be left in there to pitch. Sumrall got 1 in the first, 2 more in the third. They'll bring the infield in here as Javen bats with a .262 batting average, 1 homer and 13 runs batted in. First pitch to him is inside and low, ball 1. Mason Story on deck. Williams hitting 6th in the order for Knight. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a foul tip, actually. And Javen has been fooled on pitches that are to the outer half of the plate. 3 runs, 4 hits for Sumrall. No runs, no hits for Lawrence County as Sumrall bats in the bottom of the third. The 1-1 pitch. Foul tip. Actually bounced right off the top of the catcher's mask. So they've been changing locations on Javen Williams, working him in and out. They changed the speed there. So 1-2 the count to the junior left fielder for Sumrall. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled again. So he stays alive. Javen Williams, one of the few starters in the Sumrall lineup tonight that has another year left on his contract. Bobcats will lose a lot of guys due to graduation, but they got plenty of players left, particularly on the pitching staff. They'll be really deep for years to come. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped it up to the infield. Shortstop Hudson calling for it. Puts it in his back pocket for the second out.
First baseman, Mason Story.
So now the runners will be going. And here's Big Mace. Story hitting .288 with a homer and 13 runs batted in. He struck out swinging his first time up, one of the 2 strikeout victims that Hunter Daly has taken advantage of tonight. From the stretch position, the first pitch swung on. Here's a drive toward left field. That ball is playable in left field. Moving over to his left to make the grab is Hayden Mullins, and that will end the threat for the Bobcats. But they do come up with 2 more runs on 2 more hits.
2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left. After 3 complete, Sumrall 3, Lawrence County 0.
So we've completed 3 here in Lamar County tonight. Sumrall leading Lawrence County 3-0 as Hunter Barrett, who helped himself with an RBI double in that inning, comes back to pitch for another inning. Premier Orthopedics serves patients of all ages throughout the Pine Belt. Shoulder conditions, joint problems, tendon and ligament issues, dislocations and fractures. Dr. Burns is board certified and the area's only fellowship trained joint replacement surgeon. Call Premier Orthopedics 296-2100 or visit them online at premierorthopedic.com to book your appointment. And Buffalo Wild Wings is always glad to support high school baseball in the area, and are big fans of the Bobcats at the intersection of I-59 and Hardy Street in Hattiesburg. Don't forget their fast break lunch menu items. They know you've got to get back to work, so they've got things ready to roll for you. And if the game is big or the fight is big or whatever it is, they'll have it on the big screens at Buffalo Wild Wings at the intersection of Hardy Street and I-59 in Hattiesburg. So Peyton Little comes to bat now here in the top of the fourth inning. He grounded to shortstop his first time up. First pitch from Barrett. Swung on. There's a drive toward right field. Garrity, measuring this one, is there to make the catch about 10 feet from the fence. Well, a very aggressive hitter is Peyton Little. And here now is Peyton Bayless, who grounded to second his first time up. Not very many pitches have been thrown here by Hunter Barrett. There's a swing and a miss, as he has made very quick work of the Cougars. That one is foul to the left side. So 0-2 just like that. The 0-2 pitch from Barrett took something off of it. Ball gets away from Crawford, so, I mean, streaking down to first base is Peyton Bayless.
Shortstop, Marquez Hudson.
So it goes in the books as a strikeout. But he does get first base. And that's always kind of a bummer for a pitcher, but it was a wicked pitch. And here's Hudson now. Marquez Hudson, who flew to Dennis Jackson in center field his first at bat. First pitch, here's a drive to the gap in right center field. That ball is well hit. That ball is gone. First pitch, fastball, a little bit up, and Hudson put it over the wall. It's a 3-2 baseball game. That's where that runner getting to first base after strikeout hurts too. So one out, base is empty, and here's Tay Cole. First pitch strike. Cole struck out swinging his first time up. Boy, Garrity and Jackson did not give much chase to that one. They took one look at it and said, that's out of here. Here's a little squibber down third, and it will work its way foul. So Cole, hitting in the cleanup spot for Andrew Haygood, will come back to bat now with an 0-2 count. Hunter Daly on deck, so a pulse now has been detected on the monitor of Lawrence County. The only hit they have is a 2-run homer. That pitch is away. 1-2 now. Hunter Barrett looked a little disgusted as that ball got thrown back to him. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. No wind at all. The wind has not been a factor at all here tonight. It's just couldn't be any nicer for a baseball game. Just the right temperature, low enough humidity. 2-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. He got him on strikes.
Pitcher, Hunter Daly.
So 2 away. 5 strikeouts for Barrett. And here's Daly, who grounded out to second, his first at bat. Tried to hold his swing, but went on through for strike one. Morgan, Clark, and Jackson will be the scheduled hitters for Sumrall in the bottom of the fourth. The 0-1 pitch. Strike on the corner. 0-2 now. Right at the bag at third is Clark. Everybody else pretty much straight away. Dennis Jackson shading a bit toward right. 0-2 pitch is lifted foul and out of play to the right side. The count stays 0-2. Should Daly reach, then Evan Lambert, the catcher, would come up for the Cougars. All kinds of room in left center field now as Jackson has shaded him even further to right. Barrett gets the sign, kicks and delivers. 0-2 pitch, chopped foul wide of third. Clark will retrieve that one for his senior pitcher. Boy, this senior class for Sumrall, legendary. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, a little blooper out towards second base, and Zane Berry will handle that one easily. So the soft liner is handled. So the Cougars come up with 2 runs on a hit. Other scores, Carey being beaten by Georgia Gwinnett. Georgia Gwinnett, the number 4 team in the country in NAIA. That score is 4-1 over in suburban Atlanta. At last report, Southern Miss was leading Ole Miss 2-1. That was in the fourth up at Trustmark Park in Jackson, where Sumrall hopes to be in mid to late May. Mid to late May. Southern Miss still leading Ole Miss 2-1 in the 5th inning. Boy, who can figure out the Eagles? I mean, go down to Texas, San Antonio and get beat, and then come back and sweep Marshall. So Hunter Daly will come back out to face 8-9-1 for Sumrall. Tanner Morgan, Sully Clark, and Dennis Jackson. As Sumrall bats in the bottom of the 4th inning, the JV won. Again tonight, well, the JV's been doing some great things. Magnolia Place Retirement Home in downtown Sumrall is a place for your elders to enjoy retirement. Residents are cared for by dedicated resident assistants, registered nurses, and housekeeping, home-cooked meals, activities, religious services, all kinds of recreation and things to do. Magnolia Place Retirement Home. 758-0600, 758-0600. You can call that number to schedule a tour, or you can message Magnolia Place on Facebook. Tanner Morgan was hit by a pitch his first time up. Now comes to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading it off for Sumrall. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Sumrall. 2-1-0 for Lawrence County. First pitch to Morgan is swung on and missed. Play him straight up. Again, the wind has not been a factor. 0-1 pitch. Strike on the corner. Boy, Hunter Daly now looks like the mad Hungarian Al Raboski. And the way he gets that ball and onto the mound, that one's just a little bit too far out. Slapping at the ball as he gets it from the catcher, Evan Lambert. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Here's a drive down the left field line, but that is twisting foul and gets out of play. So like the old cheer goes, holy cow, it's a foul. Move it over. Little play on words. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Morgan down on strikes for out number 1.
Third baseman, Sully Clark.
Third strikeout of the night registered by Hunter Daly. And here's Sully Clark, who popped out to third his first time up. Sully came in hitting .385 with no homers and 3 runs batted in. Shows bunt. That takes a pitch that was a bit off the plate. Boy, Hunter Daly zinged that one in there so hard it thrust the cap off of his head. The 1-0 pitch. Inside 2-0 to Sully Clark. Sully, no homers and 3 runs batted in on the year. The 2-0. probably on the take and took one right down Broadway. 2-1 now. Bases empty, 1 out. Dennis Jackson on deck. Swung on, here's a chopper towards short. To his left, to throw across the diamond. Nice play there by the shortstop, Marquez Hudson.
Center fielder, Dennis Jackson.
So Clark out on the 6-3 putout. Hudson, who hit that 2-run homer with a beautiful play to his left. Poplarville leading Purvis 1-0 after 2. That game in Poplarville tonight. Again, Sumrall by winning tonight would sew up the number 1 seed. Or a Purvis win, as Dennis Jackson fouls that one into the screen. But Purvis losing right now in Poplarville. Boy, the Hornets are hard to figure. I mean, their only losses came at the hands of Sumrall. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled out a play to the right. 0-2 now. And Sumrall played Poplarville, beat Poplarville pretty easily. The 0-2 pitch, way off the plate, 1-2 now. Boy, Hunter Daly is working 100 miles an hour here. Bases empty, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Tried to hold it up and did. A pitch that was low. 2-2. The Lawrence County Cougars and the Sumrall Bobcats. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, popped him up. Left side of the infield. Should be easy for Hudson. He's waiting on it. And puts it away for out number 3. So rather quietly and meekly
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 4 complete,
go the Bobcats in the 4th.
22.
No runs, no hits, no errors. We have completed 4. Sumrall leads it 3-2. Glad that you're with us. Don't forget that you can join us on Saturday mornings at the Southmouth Deli on Highway 98 when we tape our installments of Cat Chat. Updates on things from the coaching staff and their point of view, and also get to know some of the players up close and personal. That's Cat Chat on Saturday mornings at the Southmouth Deli or on our YouTube channel.
And the first round of the playoffs start a week from Friday with an opponent to be determined. The Bobcats will host game 1 and then travel on the road for game 2.
Evan Lambert, John Clyde Reddy, and Hayden Mullins to face Barrett here in the top of the 5th inning. As we're just now an hour into this ball game. You know, the weather has either been on the weather meter either a 0 or 100 this year. We've either, excuse me, we've either had just terrible weather or picture perfect weather. And tonight is the latter. Lambert grounded to Sully Clark his first time up. It was a play that Clark had to reach across his body and stop that ball from going into the corner because it had double written all over it. But Clark made a great play. As the Cougars bat here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch from Barrett. Outside, ball 1. Lambert hitting 6th in the order for Coach Andrew Haygood. The 1-0 pitch. Low, 2-0. Hunter Barrett came into the game with a 1.12 earned run average. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on, here's a drive to left center field. That ball is well hit. Dennis Jackson going back. That gets over his head. Misplayed it just a hair. Moved a little bit too far to his right. And the ball kind of curved back and wound up going over his head. That is a double for Lambert. A leadoff double here for the Cougars in the 5th. That ball had a chance to get out of here. Meanwhile, J.C. Stogner on his horse headed down to the bullpen in right field. Crawford comes out to settle down Barrett. John Clyde Reddy comes to bat. He struck out looking his first time up. But the Cougars have their first man in the inning at second base with no outs. And Zane Berry, thinking that Reddy's going to bunt him over, has come in on the grass really shallow at second base. Pickoff play at second. Gets away from Morgan. And getting over to third base is the courtesy runner for Lambert, the catcher. So he's there at third now. No reason to bunt him over. And Reddy will get the green light. From the stretch, Barrett kicks and delivers. Swung on. Here's a little floater out into right field. That's a base hit. Garrity will try to throw it first, and they get him out at first base. Great play by Garrity. He took a look toward home, knew that he was not going to get the runner going home, but kind of dogging it to first base, I thought, was Reddy. Garrity saw that he was not running at full speed and threw him out. A rare 9-3 putout.
Left fielder, Hayden Barrett.
But the run scores. Meanwhile, Mullins swings at the first pitch. We're tied now at 3. Well, the Cougars have come to life in the 4th and 5th inning. 0-1 pitch, there's strike 2. 1 out, base is empty for the Cougars here in the 5th. The 0-2 pitch, too high. 1-2. Ty Nelson, the second baseman, is on deck. He's hitting in the 9-hole. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Second out of the inning. And 6th strikeout of the game for Hunter Barrett. And Barrett hasn't walked anybody. So that walk to strikeout ratio gets even better. So here's Ty Nelson. First pitch is low, ball 1. Nelson, the second baseman. Meanwhile, on our Sumrall roll call, Sam Clark and Jace Broom are checking in from the 307 area code. 1-0 pitch. Is that the Wyoming crew from 307? Don't know my area codes like I should. 2-0 pitch. That's there for a strike. 2-1 now. With the bases empty and 2 away. But again, the Cougars have tied it here in the top of the 5th inning. Got 2 last inning, 1 more here in the 5th. Swung on. Here's a shot toward left center field. That ball is down. Dennis Jackson can't get it. Rounding first on his way to second. Here comes the throw, and he is there. Ty Nelson with a 2-out double for the Cougars. He put it right between Dennis Jackson and Javen Williams, who both got pretty good jumps on it. And that'll bring the skipper out of the dugout. Larry Knight coming to the hill to talk to his starting pitcher. Marquez Hudson's 2-run homer in the 4th ignited the Cougars and got the goose egg off the board. Larry Knight talking to his starter serves 2 purposes mainly, to settle Hunter Barrett down, but it also gives Stogner the opportunity to loosen in that bullpen, and Stogner has been, as we mentioned, nearly unhittable this year. The sidewinder. Looking ahead to the Sumrall 5th, should Hunter Daly come back out, he would face the meat of the Sumrall order, hitters 2, 3, and 4.
Center fielder, Peyton Little.
And those guys have been no picnic for any pitcher. So here's Peyton Little, the leadoff man for Lawrence County, and he's been quiet tonight. He has grounded to short and flown to right. So 2 away. Here in the 5th. Barrett comes set. First pitch just missed. Crawford tried to frame it and get the call. Tristan Cooley's watching from the NAIA Conference Championship in Alabama. Go Bobcats with the blue and yellow hearts. The 1-0 pitch. That bounced in there. Short 2-0 now. So Tristan over in Alabama. I hear tell there's a big golf tournament in Augusta, Georgia this weekend. The Masters, of course. 2-0 the count to Peyton Little, the leadoff hitter for the Cougars. There's a strike at the knees. 2-1 the count now. Stogner has come back from the dugout. So with 2 outs at second base, and at second base, Ty Nelson will be off with any type of contact. Outside, 3-1. These two teams will play in Monticello on Friday night. Then Sumrall scheduled to go to Petal on Saturday should the weather permit, but just a nasty-looking forecast right now for Saturday. And then the Gulfport Admirals would come here on Monday night. The 3-1 pitch. There's a strike. Count goes full now at 3-2. Gulfport coached by former Oak Grove player Jamie McMahon. Big pitch coming here for Barrett. The payoff. Swung on. Popped it up. Tanner Morgan can't find it, but Dennis Jackson is there. Tanner Morgan kind of threw his hands up going, I think it's over this direction somewhere. But Dennis Jackson had it all the way. So Peyton Little is out again. But the Cougars come up with 1 run on 2 hits. And we're tied at 3. And again, the Bobcats in the 5th will send up Barry, Crawford, and Garrity to face Hunter Daly. Martin Z-Tax proud to be with us here on our Sumrall Bobcat webcast. Of course, the tax deadline is the 15th of April, right around the corner, but business taxes, you're dealing with things all year round, and Martin E-Tax wants you to know that they can help you with that. Last thing anybody wants, believe me, is any trouble with the IRS. Martin Z-Tax right across from Town Hall in Sumrall, open all year round. Get the tax advantages that you certainly want to take advantage of. Tax laws seemingly always changing, and Martin Z-Tax follows those changes but remains consistent in their service to you. And we thank them for their support of Sumrall Bobcat baseball. So here we go. Zane Barry to lead it off. We'll see what the Bobcats have in response to the 3 runs that the Cougars have put up in their last 2 at-bats. Zane has put down a sacrifice bunt.
Zane up the bottom of the 5th for the Bobcats.
He is singled with an RBI. He has also scored a run. .426 the batting average. Play him straight away. Peyton Little does in center field. First pitch swinging into the screen. Strike 1. Barry, Crawford, and Garrity. Between them, 17 home runs and about 75 runs batted in. 65 runs batted in. So, as Hunter Daly brings the 1-1 pitch, this is swung on and popped out of play over to the right. Oak Grove leading George County 4-0. So maybe the Warriors had a reckoning over the weekend after Sumrall beat them 10-0 here. That pitch is high, 2-2. Top of the 3rd inning. That game is over at Oak Grove. And that essentially is for that district title in 6A. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Slow roller toward the hole. Shortstop up with it. Marquez Hudson had to make a quick throw knowing that Barry was streaking down the line.
Catcher, Graham Crawford.
That'll be ruled an error. Barry is at first. I don't know if they'll rule it on the shortstop or the first baseman. Shortstop. They're giving the error to Hudson at short. So Zane Barry is at first base, and here's Graham Crawford. He has walked and flown to right. First pitch is high and outside, ball 1. Barry always a threat to steal. But the thing you have to be careful of is Evan Lambert has already thrown out 1 runner tonight. throw out another one, you take the home run swing away from Crawford or Garrity, as that one is swung on and fouled out of play. Graham hitting .359 with 5 homers and 29 runs batted in. Second on the team in home runs, second on the team in RBIs. 1-1 the count to him. The pitch from Daly. Swung on. This one is lifted toward left. That ball being tracked and over, making way toward the line is the left fielder Hayden Mullins to grab that one for out number 1. Did what he should have done. Went with a pitch that was to the outer part of the plate. And now time is called. And Andrew Haygood may be going to the mound here to make a change. Daly has been hurt by the first 2 hitters for Sumrall. Dennis Jackson has a couple of singles. Zane Berry has a single, but really other than that, he has held the Sumrall batting order in check. But he's got big-time Garrity up next. And as the Jeopardy music plays, you can bet that they'll be having a conversation about Garrity, who's hitting .404 with 11 homers and 34 runs batted in. Because if you're the Cougars, you've just worked yourself back into this one. Colby Sanford has checked in from the 601. Boy, it's a good one, Colby. A good one here tonight. Cougars making the Bobcats win for what would be the district championship. Daly from the set position to Garrity outside, ball 1. See what Billy's done tonight. He has walked twice. Was thrown out trying to steal back in the first. The 1-0 pitch. Outside again. Now, is Garrity on the take here with 2-0? If he sees something he can hit, we'll see. The 2-0 pitch, outside again. 3-0. Boy, rather unorthodox. If it's an intentional walk to put the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now they pitch to him there, and Garrity was swinging on 3-0. So now decision time for Haygood. Do they pitch to him here or give him first? Pickoff play to first, not in time. Zane Berry certainly aware of pickoff situations. Barrett is on deck, and he's been seeing the ball well lately. He's got a double tonight. The 3-1 pitch. Foul tip, and boy, that one caught, I think, both the catcher and the umpire. So the count goes full at 3-2 with 1 out. Does he put Zane Berry in motion here? Larry Knight will have to make that call from his third base coaching box. With 2 outs, obviously, he'd be going. Runner going. That pitch is outside, ball 4, it wouldn't matter. So Garrity walked for the 3rd time tonight. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And here's Hunter Barrett. He's got a couple of RBIs, a sacrifice fly with a ribby, and a 2-bagger for a run batted in. Barrett came in hitting .339. They play him straight away here. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. As Hunter Daly and Hunter Barrett continue to battle. Taylor and Maddie Morgan are watching from San Antonio, Texas. The 0-1 pitch. That's low, 1-1. Boy, all the way from San Antonio. Glad to have you, Taylor and Maddie, from the 830 area code. Swung on. This one is lifted out of play to the right side. 1-2 now to Hunter Barrett. Now Tay Cole, the third baseman, coming in to talk to his pitcher. The Cougars are hoping for a sharply hit ground ball. Home plate umpire asking for some fresh baseballs. Needs 3 of them over here. 1-2 the count to Hunter Barrett, the 5th man in the order for Larry Knight. The 1-2 pitch. Too high. 2-2. Sumrall trying to untie this game. 3-all as the Bobcats bat in the bottom of the 5th. That's low and outside. 3-2 now. So again, decision time for Larry Knight. Does he put the runners in motion here on 3-2 with 1 out? The bullpen is quiet for Lawrence County. So it looks like this is Daly's either way on the hill. J.C. Stogner was throwing earlier for Sumrall, but he's been put on the shelf for a little while here. 3-2 the count. The payoff pitch to Barrett. Runners not going. That pitch is outside. So another walk, and that loads the bases. Barry moves to third. Big time Garrity to second. Hunter Barrett at first, but he'll be lifted for Marshall Phillips. Well, courtesy run for him, and it's Javen Williams' job now to get these guys home. Javen has struck out and popped to short. Righty versus righty. Boy, is Javen due. 262 on the average with a homer and 13 runs batted in. First pitch to him. Low. Gets away from the catcher, and streaking toward the plate is Barry, and he is out. Evan Lambert, it looked like the ball was getting by Lambert, but he dug it out and tagged Barry coming to the plate. So 2 outs in the inning now. Runners at the corners. Marshall Phillips was not going on that play. And the first thing that Larry Knight motioned across the diamond to Marshall Phillips was, why weren't you going? You follow that man ahead of you. So Garrity at third. Phillips at first. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0 to Williams. Should Javen reach, then Mason Story would come to bat. Two 2-0 the count to Javen Williams. That's low, 3-0. So the 3-0 count here to Javen Williams. He'll be on the take here, you would think. And he is, and he takes strike 1. Now he can get to work. They play him straight away. 3-3 baseball game. Sumrall got 1 in the first, 2 in the third. The Cougars got 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and we are tied at 3. The 3-1 pitch. Strike on the corner. So now here we go. Marshall Phillips will be running. And Javen Williams to protect here with a 3-2 count. The pitch. Too low. That skipped up there. It was short. Another third straight walk.
First baseman, Mason Story.
And that would have been a run for Sumrall had Barry not been erased at the plate. So the bases are loaded again. This time Garrity is at third. Phillips is at second. Javen Williams is at first. And Andrew Haygood out there again. And it looks like we have a pitching change in the offing here. Hunter Daly kept the Cougars in this game. And it's still tied. But there's no place to put Mason Story. So Hunter Daly gets a round of applause from all the baseball fans here, knowing the effort that he's put forth. And the big shortstop, Marquez Hudson, will come in to try to keep the Bobcats at bay here.
New pitcher for Lawrence County is number 7, Tanner Thornhill.
This is Marquez Hudson. Marquez Hudson, the shortstop, is now the pitcher for Lawrence County. Hudson had a 2-run homer back in the 4th inning. And he's on the mound now. And it'll be up to Mason Story if Sumrall is to score any runs here in the 5th. And the pressure on Hudson because, again, there's no place to put Mason. He has struck out and flown to left. Story hitting .288 with a homer and 13 runs batted in. We are tied at 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Hudson will go from the set position, even with the runner at third base. Some guys will go from the full wind, but he goes from the set here to face Story. First pitch, high, ball 1. And Story may be on the take until he gets a strike. We'll see here. Story hitting 7th in the order for Larry Knight. Hayden Barrett has grabbed a bat. He's on deck. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, swinging. That was fouled away to the right. So a ball and a strike now. Hudson with the 2-run shot from the offensive side back in the 4th inning, now trying to squelch the Bobcats here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners will be going on contact, 2 away. The 1-1 effort. Way outside, 2-1. Tanner Morgan would have been the scheduled hitter, but again, Barrett is out there. Hayden Barrett on deck, 2-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 5th. Marquez Hudson. And Mason Story battling it out here with the bases loaded. The pitch. Swung on, foul ball down the right field line. We've seen nothing but fastballs from Hudson, so if he has any other pitch, he has not thrown it to Story. So Story has been looking for fastballs all the way here. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, foul ball again to the right side. So at least the guys on the bench who are over there getting those baseballs are getting their money's worth over there, because the last 2 are put in exactly the same spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Again, Garrity at third, Marshall Phillips at second, Javen Williams at first. 2-2 pitch. Too high, 3-2. Now this will make it interesting because everybody will be moving now. So if Mason Williams can find a hit somewhere, 2 are going to score rather easily. The 3-2 pitch. Foul again into the net, so everybody will rewind the tape and go back where they were. 3-3 baseball game, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Sumrall, 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Lawrence County. The Bobcats trying to sew up the district championship tonight. Again, the 3-2 pitch. Fouled into the net again. Boy, this is getting to be an epic at bat for Mason Story. A couple of the bigger guys you're ever going to see on high school rosters going up against each other here. Playing him straight away. Hudson again. And the righty delivers. Swung on, here's a fly ball to center field. But right there waiting on it to make the grab is Peyton Little. So the Bobcats strand 3. Nothing across. And we have completed 5.
Sumrall on the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, 1 error.
And we are tied at 3.
After 5 complete, We're tied at
So
3.
Barrett will come out, and he's scheduled to face hitters 2, 3, and 4. What a game this is turning out to be. And it will not be Barrett, it'll be Stogner. So J.C. Stogner comes on for Sumrall. Stogner has a win-loss record of 1-0 and a 0.46 earned run average. He has pitched 15 in the third innings. He's given up 10 hits. He has walked 3, struck out 14. So that's a 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And with this score being 3-3, Barrett is off the hook. He cannot win it or lose it. It's up to Stogner now. Bayless, Hudson, and Cole, 2, 3, and 4 are the scheduled hitters. And here's Peyton Bayless, who has grounded to second and struck out swinging.
Leading off the top of the 6th for Lawrence County, right fielder, Hayden Barrett.
First pitch from Stogner, swing and a miss as he busted him inside. So now defensively for Sumrall, Barrett goes back to third. No other changes for the good guys. Swing and a miss. We mentioned Stogner's always near that strike zone. Never off the mark by too much at all. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on 3 straight pitches. How about that? So that now for Stogner, the 15th strikeout of the season against 3 walks. So he's right at now the 5-to-1 walk to strikeout ratio. Strikeout to walk, whatever. Swung on. High pop up to center field. Dennis Jackson is waiting on it there in center. Over to his left and handles that one easily for out number 2.
Third baseman, Tay Cole.
So 2 away, and here's Tay Cole, who has struck out twice. Those were both against Barrett. Barrett wound up striking out 6 on the night. He struck out 6 Cougars. First pitch from Stogner is a strike. Imagine that. Well, this guy is just a strike-throwing machine. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And, you know, as a hitter, you're going, man, he's right there. Hit it. Well, okay. 0-2 pitch swung on, chopper to third. Handled by Barrett. Throws right on the money, as they usually are. No runs, no hits, no errors. Stogner made quick work of the Cougars. In the 6th, the scheduled hitters for Sumrall, scheduled hitters, are Morgan, Clark, and Jackson. But now Sully's been lifted defensively. And Marquez Hudson will come back out to work. Our next scheduled webcast will be this Friday night when we go down the road a piece to Monticello, where the slogan in Monticello is, "It just feels like home." Well, it'll be home certainly for the Cougars. And for the Bobcats, the game might not necessarily mean anything. If Sumrall can win this game tonight, we've said they are the district champions regardless of what happens. Should Lawrence County win this game, Sumrall could still secure the top seed if Purvis was to beat Poplarville. But at last report, Poplarville was leading Purvis 1-0. That was early on. We haven't had an update in a while. So here we go. It will be Hayden Barrett. And Stogner then will hit for himself.
Leading off the bottom of the sixth for the Bobcats, number 9, Hayden Barrett.
Hayden Barrett hitting 182 with no homers and 1 RBI. Bobcats looking for any kind of run that they can give to Stogner going into the top of the 7th, which would be the last chance 7th for Lawrence County. What a game tonight here. You know, only about an hour and 33 minutes old. We're already in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch from Hudson. There's an off-speed pitch that missed, ball 1. That's the first off-speed pitch we've seen from Hudson. The 1-0 pitch. Low, 2-0. You know, and Barrett runs exceptionally well. So with a 2-0 count, he may be on the take here. And that missed, 3-0. So now he darn sure is. Lawrence County bullpen beginning to loosen to our right. 3-0 pitch is high, ball 4. So Barrett, a 4-pitch walk.
Pitcher, J.C. Stogner.
And here is Stogner now. Stogner only has 2 at-bats officially this year. And they're in at third anticipating the bunt from the number 9 man in the order. And he takes a pitch low, ball 1. Hudson kind of shakes his head a little bit. I'm not sure that he thought that was low. Stogner, again, no batting average, just 2 official at-bats. But boy, would he love to put one down here and get the lead run to second base. Bunt is shown, puts down. It's a beautiful bunt toward first. The only play is at first. So Stogner does his job and puts down the sac bunt. That is great team baseball right there. Stogner did exactly what he should have done. Was a great teammate right there by putting the bunt down. And now it's up to Dennis Jackson and Zane Berry to get him home. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Dennis has 2 singles tonight. First pitch to him is a strike on the corner. 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and a pop-up to short. Poplarville is up 4-0 in the bottom of the 5th, so that's not good news for Bobcat fans. Poplarville leading Purvis 4-0. There's strike 2 to Dennis Jackson. Jackson hitting .309 coming into this one, but that average will creep up with a couple of singles with a 2-for-3 night. But man, would a hit here be sweet. Hudson checks the runner, brings the 0-2 pitch home. That's low. That kind of skipped up there. 1-2 the count. So there's a gap to right center field for Jackson. Hudson looking at that runner at second, knows that he can run. Swung on, here's a high chopper that will get to the hole. It is up the middle. A base hit for Jackson. Here comes Barrett around third. He scores and the Bobcats have grabbed the lead. An RBI for Dennis Jackson, his 3rd hit of the night, has given the Rawcats a 4-3 lead. So 1 away with the speedy Dennis Jackson at first base. The first pitch is low, ball 1. Zane has put down a sacrifice punt. He has singled and scored with an RBI and reached on an error. Wound up being tagged out at the plate on a pass ball. The 1-0 count to the senior second baseman. Strike, Throw to second base. Dennis Jackson trying to steal and is there. So he's in scoring position now. Sumrall has taken the lead 4-3 and looking for some in-shunts here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A ball, a strike, and an out to Zane Berry with Graham Crawford on deck. The pitch to Berry. Strike on the corner. Great pitch. As Hudson did some painting there on that outside corner. 1-2 the count to Berry. Jackson doesn't have to go anywhere at second. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Popped up in foul territory. The pitcher calling for it and can't get it. Dropped behind him. Tough play. Tay Cole was coming in from third. The catcher Lambert was as well. All three of them thought, I think, that they were going to run into the netting over here to our left. As you just see Lambert walk back into your picture. So it's just a strike. And new life for Zane Berry. Dennis Jackson was going on that pitch and had third base stolen. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike 3.
Catcher, Crawford.
So that's out number 2. So it'll be up to Graham Crawford now. Crawford walked in the first. He flew to right in the third and flew to left in the 5th. So he's officially 0 for 2. But you know about his power. You've seen a lot of it lately. First pitch from Hudson. Low, ball 1. Garrity is on deck, but Garrity has been silenced with 3 walks tonight. Of course, Crawford has a walk of his own. The 1-0 pitch with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pickoff play to second. And Dennis gets his right hand in there. He'll be moving on contact now with 2 away. The 1-0 pitch to Crawford. Inside. Almost got him. And that's up and in. 2-0. Sumrall looking to wrap it up tonight to win the District 7 4A championship, secure the number 1 seed going ahead in the playoffs. The 2-0 pitch swung on. There's a golf shot, but foul down the right field line. If the season ended tonight, Pass Christian would be the opponent in the playoffs. Pass Christian would finish 4th, but the Pirates don't even have a winning record. Two and 1 the count to Graham Crawford. Got the fastball that he wanted. Just got a little bit 2 out ahead of it. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, same pitch. Bender that he was ahead of and fouled it again to the right. So deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 run in here for Sumrall in the bottom of the 6th inning. So regardless of what happens to Crawford, it would be Stogner's game to win or lose. Stogner used to saving games. He would be out there tonight to try to win it. Again, should Crawford reach, then Garrity would come up again. Hudson now off of the pitching rubber. Marquez Hudson started the game at shortstop for Coach Andrew Haygood and now on in relief of Hunter Daly. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. Crawford, the Pearl River bound switch hitting catcher for Sumrall. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So the Bobcats come up with 1 run on 1 hit. And you talk about team baseball. Leading off the inning was Barrett, who got a 4-pitch walk. Then Stockner came on to hit for himself in that 9-hole. Put down a beautiful sacrifice bunt to the right side of the infield. Barrett advanced to second, and there was 1 away. Then Dennis Jackson, with a single that had eyes up the middle. And Barrett didn't need a whole lot more than that to be able to score. So 1 run was in with 1 out. Jackson wound up getting to second on a stolen base. But then a couple of strikeouts ended the inning, but Bobcats have the lead going to the top of the 7th. 3 outs away from a district championship. And it's all in the hands of J.C. Stockner. And he'll face hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the 7th. They were waiting on Crawford to get the gear on, and he's making his way now to behind home plate. Barrett comes on to talk to Stockner. Mason Story wanders in. And Crawford throws a strike to second from a kneeling position. He's not strong, is he? So here we go. Daly has grounded to second, and he has lined to second. Daly will not take the loss or the win in this game. It'll be Hudson either way at this point. And Lambert, the catcher on deck, had a double his last at bat. So the plot thickens here in the top of the 7th. First pitch from Stockner is low and away, ball 1. J.C. Stockner trying to win it. He's got Hunter Barrett at third, Tanner Morgan at short, Zane Berry at second, Mason Story at first. Pitch is inside, 2-0. Then the outfield left to right, Javen Williams, Dennis Jackson, and Billy Garrity. 2-0 the count to Hunter Daly. There's a strike. Nope. Low, 3-0. It was over the heart of the plate, but ruled just low. Big pitch here. Strike on the inner part of the plate, 3-1. We mentioned Lambert on deck, John Clyde ready. The first baseman would be the third guy up. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on. Roller to first base. Mason Story will take it himself over with a right foot on the base. 1 away. Daly out on the 3 unassisted. And here's Lambert, who blasted a double to left center his last time up. It was against Barrett. He has not seen Stockner, but Stockner way down in the count came back to get the out. A big play. And the first pitch beans him. And being the catcher, he'll be lifted here. And he'll get a courtesy runner.
First baseman, John Clyde, ready.
So Tay Cole. No. First pitch is outside to Reddy. Jadavian Bridges, the runner at first base. Jadavian Bridges running for the catcher Lambert, throw over to first base. Of course, the Bobcats have a lot of pickoffs this year. But unless Bridges is running, they're behind by a run. There's a strike. 1-1 now to the left-handed hitting Reddy. Jadavian Bridges represents the tying run over at first base. 1 out. Strike 2 at the knees there. 1-2 to Reddy, who has struck out. And he grounded out to the right fielder, Garrett. He threw him out in right. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So 2 away. And it's up to Hayden Mullins for the Cougars. J.C. Stogner on the hill trying to put this one on ice. Jadavian Bridges, with 2 outs, doesn't have to worry about a ground ball double play, doesn't have to worry about the line out double play, so he'll be running on any kind of contact. Mullins, the 8th man in the order, throw over to first, runner back, says first base umpire Pat Chambliss, the wily veteran over there. Mullins has popped to the pitcher and struck out. First pitch swinging here. Fouled right off the facade right above our head here. And that carried him into the field of play. 0-1 the count. Should Mullins reach, who's 8th in the order, then Ty Nelson would come to the bat. Sumrall leading 4-3. 2 outs in the last chance 7th for Lawrence County. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. The Bobcats are 1 strike away from a district championship. They lead it 4-3. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. The Cougars 3-1. The 0-2 pitch. Got a piece of it and fouled it into the net. Still life here for the Cougars, as Crawford will now try to find that baseball. Of course, Sumrall holds on here. There won't be a bottom of the 7th inning. Won't be any need for it. Stogner checks the runner at first, and they'll throw to first. And I understand that he wants to go over there, but an errant throw would put Bridges in at second base. Raymond McCraney watching from Hattiesburg, huge Bobcat fan. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, grounder towards short. Tanner Morgan's got it, steps on second base. Bobcats win. Sumrall, the District 7 4A champions for 2019. For the Bobcats, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. For the Cougars, 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. The winning pitcher is J.C. Stogner. The losing pitcher is Marquez Hudson. These 2 teams will play again on Friday night in Monticello. Game time at 6:30. We'll have it for you here on our YouTube channel. With the win, Sumrall goes to 21-3 overall, 8-1 in the division. And again, it doesn't matter what happens between Purvis and Poplarville. Sumrall is the District 7 4A champions for 2019. They'll be a number 1 seed in the upcoming 4A playoffs. For producer, engineer, director Seth White, I'm Kelly Sanner. On behalf of all of our sponsors, thank you for joining us. You've been watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball.